Good evening. Tonight we confront one of the most divisive questions of our time. Should America defund the police? For some, it's the path to real justice and safer communities. For others, it's a reckless move that risks lives. Over the next 2 hours, we will break this down point by point, case by case. With us, Michael Torres, community activist, and Sarah Johnson, former police officer. This won't be easy, but it's necessary. Let's begin.
I grew up in neighborhoods where helicopters circled at night, where kids were stopped and frisked just for walking home. Billions were spent on police presence, but schools closed, playgrounds rusted, and opportunities vanished. Defunding the police is not about leaving people vulnerable. It's about asking, why do we spend so much on punishment and so little on prevention? Our people deserve better.
I respect Michael's passion, but I've lived the other side. I've run into homes where children hid under tables while bullets flew. I've been the one knocking on doors to tell a mother her son isn't coming home. And let me tell you, when evil shows up at your doorstep, words and theories don't stop it. You need trained, funded officers ready to act. If we defund, who fills that gap? Criminals. And they don't wait for community programs.
Michael, break it down for us. People hear defund and imagine abolishing police departments overnight. Is that the vision?
No, abolishing the police tomorrow would be chaos. But look, New York spends $11 billion a year on policing. Imagine redirecting even a fraction of that into mental health crisis teams, job training, housing. Crime doesn't appear out of thin air. It grows in places where poverty, trauma, and neglect are constant. Defunding is not subtraction, it's reallocation. It's saying, let's stop throwing money at sirens and start investing in solutions that make those sirens unnecessary.
And here's the flaw. Crime doesn't pause while we wait for those investments to work. Violence doesn't take a holiday. I've responded to domestic violence calls where the abuser had a weapon ready to kill. No social worker could walk in and solve that. We need better mental health systems, absolutely. But they don't replace policing, they complement it. And without funding, we're leaving officers undertrained, undermanned, and overwhelmed.
So is this a matter of timing? Michael wants prevention, Sarah insists on protection in the moment. Can both coexist, or are they fundamentally at odds?
After Minneapolis cut police funding in 2020, the city saw record homicides. I've spoken with families there. One mother told me, "We wanted accountability, not abandonment." Now my street feels more dangerous than ever. Crime surged, response times lagged. And the people most vulnerable paid the price. That's not theory, that's blood on the ground.
But Sarah, that wasn't true defunding. That was slashing without rebuilding. They pulled money without building alternatives. Compare that to Camden, New Jersey. They disbanded the old force, rebuilt with community engagement, retrained officers, and focused on trust. Crime dropped, trust rose. That's proof. When done right, reallocation works. The problem isn't the idea, it's the execution.
Camden didn't succeed by defunding. They restructured and kept funding strong. Officers still showed up with resources and training. If anything, that's a case for investing more smartly, not stripping budgets.
So is Camden an example of success, or proof that policing, when funded properly, works? Depends on how you look at it.
I've sat in living rooms where mothers cry, not because the police didn't show up, but because they showed up too aggressively. Kids slammed against walls, minor traffic stops ending in funerals. That's trauma etched into generations. Defunding means saying, enough. Let's build a system where children grow up seeing opportunity, not flashing lights in the rearview mirror.
I hear those stories and they're heartbreaking. But I've also sat with families who begged me to stay on their block because gangs had taken over. I've seen little girls clutching dolls while hearing gunfire outside. The police weren't their enemy, we were their shield. Does reform need to happen? Yes. Do we need accountability? Yes. But take funding away, and that shield cracks. And when it cracks, it's the most vulnerable who bleed.
So both of you argue from the lens of protection. Michael wants protection through prevention, Sarah through presence. The question is, can America afford to gamble on which version works?
We can't reform our way out of this with cosmetic fixes. Body cams, they help, but how many videos have we seen where nothing changed? Better training? Important, but without addressing poverty, it's a band-aid on a bullet wound. Shifting resources isn't radical, it's rational. Do we want more prisons or more prevention?
And yet prevention requires protection, de-escalation training, advanced crisis response, community engagement. These all cost money. If you defund, you strip the very reforms you want. Instead of weakening departments, let's demand stronger, smarter ones, invest in both policing and communities. It's not either or, it must be both.
So maybe the middle ground isn't about choosing sides, but about redefining what safety means and how far America is willing to go to pay for it. "2 hours, 2 visions." Michael Torres argues for reallocation. Invest in schools, housing and mental health and watch crime decline. Sarah Johnson warns of danger. Defund, and you leave citizens defenseless when the worst happens. Both agree on one thing: the status quo is broken. The future of public safety isn't just a policy. It's life or death, trust or fear, justice or chaos. The question is, what kind of safety do we want? And what price are we willing to pay? America must decide. If you believe the debate over public safety and police reform is more than just a conversation and want to see more content like this, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. The fight for a safer, fairer, and smarter future starts with understanding. Don't miss the next discussion. Change starts here.